Hi, it's Mark again. I'm back. This is part two of videos tutorial in respect to unit conversions. We're looking at metric and imperial, or imperial and metric, whichever way you want to do it. A lot of other things involved there as well, and also there are other video tutorials you might want to have a look at. Anyway, let's start this part two and we'll continue where we were. Please look over your part one again if you require. So let's have a wee look at length conversions again. So this time what we'll do is we'll have a wee look to see someone 5'8", and we're going to convert that as follows. So the 5 foot multiplied by 12 inches per foot gives us 60 inches. We can then just add the other one on, or what we could do is we could say it's 60 inches, of course it is. So 60 inches, and then what we can do is we can convert it from there. So the first thing we did was we got into the one unit to allow us then to take it forward. So 60 inches into centimetres would be multiplied by 2.54, which would give us 172.72, to which we round off to 173 centimetres. So somebody who's 5'8", they want to know what they are in centimetres, and quite often they're asked, what is it in metres? So you divide by 100 centimetres to get metres, because there's 100 centimetres in a metre. So 1.73 metres. So the old Imperial, 5'8". Somebody says, what is it in metric? How tall are you in metres? This is how you'd work it out. So just a reminder of some of the comparisons and the illustrations there of what we do through our life and how we convert from one unit into another. And there's various different, there's liquids, there's weights, there's currency, there's lengths, distances. So there's various different things that we would do. So let's look at some more conversions. Just a wee reminder that quite often tapes of measure and rulers, which we looked at in part one, will give you both, because you still have imperial kicking about. So here's just some that you can maybe make a wee note of, coming quite handy for you. Feet to inches, inches to centimetres, metres to centimetres, kilometres, miles. We still work in miles in some places, and on other countries we work in kilometres. Some people pronounce it kilometres. Yards is an old imperial version as well, so work in yards. It's still also used as well, quite often in yards, and it's in places like USA tend to still work in some of the imperials as well, rather than the metric, whereas the EU tends to be metric. So there is always a need for us to look at that. So here's weight. It's worth having a wee note at these as well. So 1 tonne is the equivalent to 1,000 kilograms. Notice I've put the symbols down here as well for the conversions so that you can see them as well. So 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. So if you wanted to go to even take a tonne way down to grams, you could do. So 1 stone equals 224 ounces. 1 stone is also 14 pounds. So you hear people still using saying, "Oh, my weight is so many stones and pounds." So you then know that it's a part of would be over 14 in terms of pounds. So remember, that's how we put things together. So what I want you to do is to have a wee try yourself at some of these conversions and see how you get on. So just 1 to 10, what you can do is you can pause this video, calculate them out. Remember, you can rewind the video and you can look to see all those conversion rates which I've actually got you there for, so you know the comparisons of what one equals to the other. So as I said, mark your answers down a bit of paper, or type them into a document if you're wanting to do that. Don't look at the answers yet until you've actually completed it yourself. So you can pause the video. You paused me yet? Okay, if you've unpaused me, then you're going to see this anyway, so that's fine. Okay, so what it does, we've looked at 3.5 metres, what that is into centimetres, 104 inches. So if you were worrying about the symbols there, I'm just going to quickly run through it as well. So if you looked at it and thought, oh no, I'm not too sure on this, just give me the answers. No, I want you to work them out. I want you to give it a wee try. So 104 inches into centimetres. The other ones, I think you'll be all right on 40 feet into inches, 352 centimetres into metres, 352 centimetres into inches. What other ones might you? So the next one is 4 foot 8 inches into metres, 4.8 metres into feet, 1.2 metres into feet and inches. So it's not just parts of feet, you'd actually have it down into inches. 470 miles into kilometres and 90 kilometres, what's that in miles? So again, if you need that explanation, you can pause again now. And you're back, maybe. Anyway, right, let's have a wee look at the answers. So I'm going to give the answers here anyway. And if you need them explained, then hopefully you'd look at the conversions there. So 350 centimetres, it's just divided by the 100 there. So 2.64 centimetres, rounded it off from 264.16. 40 feet into inches, so it'd be 480 inches. 352 centimetres, so all you do is you multiply there by 100, so you divide by 100, so you make it into metres. So centimetres, you get 100 centimetres in a metre, so therefore you divide by 100 to find out how many metres there would be. So 3.52 metres. You just move, you'll see the same with the next one is all you do is you just move the decimal. So 352 centimetres into inches. Again, I've rounded that off. It could be exact. I've given you the exact one there and I'll round it off for you. So 4 feet is 48 inches. Then you add the 8 inches on, which was the spare inches, gives you 56 inches. Get it all into the 1 unit first and then you can convert it. And this one is 4.8 metres is 189 inches. 15.75 feet. And that's it rounded off there as well. So 3 foot 11, again, you do your 3 feet plus 11 inches. So you break it down into parts there. So if you'd done decimal or anything like that, you'd have to think about how you'd actually get that there. So hopefully that helps a little bit as well. And the last one for you. So 90 kilometres is 56 miles. Again, rounded off, and I'll round a couple of them off. So you can try some yourself as well. So there's some more for you. Give it a wee try. You can pause this video, giving you plenty of practice. So you're getting metric, imperial, metric, and also weights, measures, various different ones there. Okay, again, pause, and then you can have a wee look to see with the answers here. Okay, so there we go. I'm just going to quickly, you'll notice that some of them have rounded up, or rounded off, I should say, because some of them are rounded down. Just a wee explanation there as well. 7 pounds is half of a stone. Remember that it's 14 pounds in a stone. So rather than just putting 0.5 stone, it would be 7 pounds. Okay. So again, some of them rounded off. There we go. Okay. So here's some questions in context. So sometimes what we do is we do calculations, but there's some context to this as well. Okay. So you can have a wee look through this. Again, you can pause it and then you can have a wee look. I've given you a wee explanation as well as to how they're worked out. And it's all you do is you just take the figures and work the figures out. Okay, that's all you do. So always remember that you should be working within the correct units. And this one explains this one out just in the same context in exactly the same way in which we've done before. And that's the other one as well. And I've rounded off bits there as well so you can check your calculations. I've given you the full explanations there anyway. So very quick summary. We've done some conversion rates there. And sometimes you multiply if you're working back